Hi, Eva Dwight, former teacher and school counselor, and currently positive discipline trainer with a really important message for teachers. I'm going to share my screen so I can give you some really great information. Oh, I'm giving you challenging behaviors. If you are a teacher today, I'm quite sure that you're dealing with a lot of challenging behaviors from kids that keep you from doing the important work of teaching your curriculum. I would like to share some information with you about positive discipline in the classroom, which will give you tools for significantly reducing those students' negative behaviors so you can focus on the reason you became a teacher in the first place. First of all, to connect with kids because you like kids. That's why you became a teacher, right? To inspire them to love learning and to teach the subject matter that you're passionate about. Wouldn't that be great if you could spend all of your time focusing on those three things instead of managing behaviors? So I want to talk to you today about a really important and helpful positive discipline tool. It's called Curiosity, Connect, Collaborate. And just for the purposes of today, I'm going to pretend like we have a number of students who are talking when you're trying to teach. But the great thing about this tool is it can be used with individual students or small groups or large group of students, depending on what it is that the challenging behavior is and who's giving it to you. So step number one is use curiosity. A lot of times we think we understand why kids are misbehaving, and we really don't know unless we ask. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is get the kids together for a conversation and just start with the words, I notice, and then describe the problem behavior. Like, I notice that a lot of you are talking when I'm trying to teach a lesson. The next thing you're going to do is connect. You're going to use that curiosity to connect with them. So you're going to ask more questions like, I would like to learn more about what's happening from your perspective. Can you help me understand what that's about for you? And then when they give you information, summarize their point of view. You might say something like, it sounds like you want to talk with your friends because you don't get much time with them and you want to connect with them, and they're your friends. So of course you want to connect with them. Is that accurate? And then listen for any clarification or confirmation they might offer. And then just say something like, wow, thanks for helping me understand. Step three, part one. Step three has two parts. And so first of all, we're going to collaborate. And notice the word, they might not know that term. So you might need to teach them the word collaborate and ask them to focus on those two different parts of the word. So we're going to co-labor, collaborate. We're going to work together. And what I'd like to do is, I wonder if we can work together to find solutions so that I'm able to teach and you're able to learn and complete your work. And maybe there's an opportunity for socializing in there somewhere too. Could we brainstorm some possibilities? So list possible solutions, invite them to share first before you throw out some ideas, or don't tell them what to do, just ask for ideas. If they're old enough to write, you could ask them to write the solution, the suggestions on a piece of paper or a whiteboard, something where we can all see it, and add any suggestions that they make to the list, even if they're unrealistic or silly. You might even add some silly ideas to the list too, like maybe every time you get through the class period, I could give you a piece of candy for being cooperative. I mean, really, you're not going to do that, but trust me, put any idea on the list. Step three, part two is consensus. This is really important because what you're going to do now is you're going to look at that list and you're going to cross out anything that's not related to the problem of talking while I'm trying to teach. You're going to cross out anything that's not respectful to everyone involved. And that includes them, the students, you, the teacher, and the classroom as a whole as a learning community. We're going to cross out anything that's not reasonable. So if you did put something on the list like, oh, I could give you candy every time you get through the period without talking, you could then say, you know, I think that sounds like a lot of fun for you. And it's really not reasonable. It's not in my budget to be able to buy that much candy. And I don't really want you to learn that every time you do something that's cooperative and helpful to the group and the learning community and to your learning too, I don't want to think that every time you do something helpful and cooperative that way, that you need a reward for it, because I don't think that's an I don't think that's a good thing for you to be able to learn. So we're going to cross that one off. And we're going to cross off anything that won't be helpful in solving the problem. So that's how we generate lots of creativity during the brainstorming session and then curtail our list back down to things that are respectful, related, reasonable, and helpful. Okay. So from what's left on the list, then we're going to choose what we're going to try. Maybe there's one solution we want to try. Maybe we want to combine a couple or three things. And we got to be specific about things like time, logistics. What's this going to look like? What's it going to sound like? How often are we going to try whatever we're trying, etc. So get real specific. And let's talk about how long we're going to try this. Maybe we'll try it for a week. So maybe it's Monday. Let's try it through Friday. And then let's get together next Monday and see how the plan is working. And understand, we can change the agreement. If it's not working, we'll go back to the drawing board and create something else. So we're going to write the solution down. We're going to have everybody sign it. A lot of times I have teachers ask, well, what if students don't follow the agreement? Well, the truth is follow-up conversations may be needed. And truthfully, I expect you've probably had the experience of having a problem, thinking you found a solution. You try your solution and you say, oh, that didn't work. I got to try something else. So you go back to the drawing board and you think of other possibilities. And that's what we're going to do with kids. So respectful persistence with you as you follow through can lead to respect and cooperation from them. What if I don't have time for this? That's a frequently asked question too. So I would ask you to consider, how much time are you already spending with behavior issues now? Probably quite a bit. And over time, because this might be a really new process for your students, it might be new for you, so there's going to be some learning curve there. And if curiosity, connect, collaborate becomes a classroom habit for all of you, think about the time you'll save in the long run as you get quicker at talking about problems, identifying solutions, and implementing the solutions. In the long run, you're going to get more time to teach, more time to connect with the kids, which is what you really want. And look at the skills that these kids are learning as we go through using this tool. The skills of collaboration, getting other people's perspectives, not just my own on a situation. Empathy, because you expressed empathy to them when you said, it sounds like you feel this way and you want this because that's important to you. As you express empathy and model that, hopefully they will give empathy back to you as well. Listening skills, problem-solving skills, responsibility, accountability, even as we come back and say, you know, part of this plan isn't working. What can we do about that? What else can we think of? Respect for self and others, cooperation. We could probably add more to that list. There are lots of skills we're going to practice as we go through this process. Now, that's just one tool. Positive discipline in the classroom offers you lots of tools that can help you reduce negative student behaviors and get more time to actually teach. So some of those tools, may move my picture because it's kind of in the way there. I'm going to move it over there. Positive discipline in the classroom is based on research. It's supported by research, and it's going to give you tools for establishing explicit classroom structures and procedures, because there are times for you to be directive and say, this is the way it is. How do you do that with kindness and firmness and respect for your students, as well as respect for yourself and the situation? Helping you understand the belief behind the misbehavior and how to motivate positive change. What's going on for this student that's motivating their disrespectful or unhelpful behavior, and how can I encourage them to change that to a more productive behavior? Teaching students those really important socialization skills that they need to thrive, not just in the classroom, but also in their world out there as they step out into life outside of school. And creating a classroom with a sense of community where teachers and students are showing respect for each other. What an amazing thing that could be if we can create that. So imagine yourself, maybe you're where this teacher on the left is, just like throwing up your hands and like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I'm exhausted. It's too hard. What if you could go from feeling like that to feeling like that teacher on the right? How must that teacher feel as she's smiling and kids are engaged and doing their work and learning all these really important skills and character traits? Well, you can learn these tools in a training called Positive Discipline in the Classroom, and it's in September. So I'm giving you lots of advance notice. You have until Saturday, August 5th to take advantage of early bird pricing, only $3.99 per person. After August 5th, the cost goes up to $450. Materials are included. Oh my goodness, I see a typo. I misspelled discipline. I'm not going to fix it now. Positive Discipline in the Classroom, the book, which gives lots of good information about teachers who have used this program and how it's been helpful to them. And then you get the manual, which gives you step-by-step instructions and lessons for teaching these skills to kids. And then you get a really great tool. They're called Positive Discipline Teacher Tool Cards that give you probably 50 different tools to use with kids in the classroom. You'll notice that all the times are USA Pacific time. I'm in Arizona, and this time of the year up through October, when we change time again, we are on technically Pacific time, so the same time as California and the West Coast. So you can adjust that time zone for where you are. How do you find more information and register? You can go to my website, evadwight.com, click on workshops and classes, and you will get to, here's a screenshot down here, what that looks like on the screen. And then you can click the registration button and get more information that way about the registration. And you can also contact me by email or phone. Please feel free if you have questions or need more information. Purchase orders are welcome. You can talk to your principal about possible funding. So I'm going to stop sharing because I'm out of PowerPoint. And I just really can attest to the power of this program to transform your classroom for one of everyday challenges that are making you crazy and thinking you might not be able to do this much longer because your stress levels are like this high. It can transform your classroom into a classroom where kids and you can learn, can work together, can cooperate together, and really enjoy your time together, which is what it's all about. So if you have questions, please contact me. Thank you for the work that you do. The world is a better place because you are in it. I know this is one of the hardest jobs in the whole world. And the fact that you are in there in the classrooms doing the work with kids and for kids, the world is a better place because of you. So thank you for that from the bottom of my heart, from someone who's been in the trenches with you. I'm here to help and support you on that journey. So I hope to hear from you and have a wonderful day.